Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Opposite Sex Podcast. These are your hosts, Drew and Tanaya, and it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks now, but we're finally back.
Finally back.
Good to be back.
Yes.
I don't know. And we're back in the old studio. So, finally.
Right.
That was, I don't know. I don't know if you guys, well, last week, I guess we didn't have an episode last week.
Nope.
Things have just been pretty hectic over here.
Yes.
I think we kind of explained, but we had to move a lot of my stuff. I've got an apartment here, and Tanaya has an apartment across town as well.
Yep.
And anyway, my bathroom went to shit on me. Has kind of been going to shit on me for the past
almost 2 years.
Oh my God. So basically the floor was
caving in.
caving in, and I was getting worried that the bathtub was going to end up in the
neighbors
living room.
Neighbors, yes.
So they finally came in, gave me a whole new bathroom, so redid the floor, walls, tub, sink.
Everything.
Well, except for the toilet.
Everything but the toilet.
Yeah, what sense does that make?
I don't know.
All brand new shit. All brand new shit. Everything's brand new except for the toilet.
The toilet.
I mean, well, you know, I've expressed my frustrations to you about this.
Yes.
Like, now you can't tell people, hey, here's this great apartment with this brand new bathroom. You can't say that.
No. Because they're going to look at that toilet and be like,
this ain't no brand. Yeah.
New.
And I mean, everything was new except for the toilet. And it looks great in there.
It
like,
does.
it's a nice bathroom.
Beautiful.
Except, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to talk. I'm not going to talk too much shit on Alliance, Nebraska, but it just seems like sometimes stuff doesn't get finished.
They find the easy way out.
Sometimes it gets half-assed a little bit. So, like, it wasn't finished, like, all the way.
Yeah, no.
Like the caulking. Am I saying that?
It's not done. Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
I always feel weird saying that word.
Caulking.
Yeah. Like, are you supposed to pronounce the L? Do you do caulking?
Caulking?
Yeah. Do people? I think people say that.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've heard, and it drives me nuts.
Maybe it is. Okay.
I hate when
caulking.
Don't say that. It drives.
I'm going to.
I hate it. I hate when people say it. Might be how you're actually supposed to say it. I don't know, but
I think you just like to say cock too much.
Well, that could be, but I don't know. Anyway, long story short, some of the finer touches of the bathroom didn't get finished up, so it's not great. But
for the most part, it's it
looks good. I live in an apartment, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Anyway, but while that was getting redone, I had to move not all, but a bunch of my shit over to Tanaya's place. So a lot of my clothes and bathroom stuff. And yes,
including our studio, pretty much. Our mics, everything. And on that way, I dropped your mic, which we mentioned on our last podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just a hassle.
Right.
It was crazy.
So, like, you guys don't get to see, I mean, especially for those of you that are just listening, but for those of you that are also watching, like, you don't get to see all the stupid shit that that we've got in this little tiny room. But I mean, we've got whole lighting setups going on. We got cords for microphones and this Rodecaster Pro, and I mean,
our camera, our
secondary microphones hanging above us, all kinds of crazy. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
Yes, there is.
So there's a lot of shit to move, and like, it's a lot of cables, and we're not very organized.
No.
At
like
all.
Me, I just threw everything in a bag, including our camera.
Yeah, I was real enthused about that. But everything appears to be working just fine.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just a clusterfuck
of
shit that we have to move.
Not to mention, like, when we did move, we do not have a place to set at my place. You know what I mean? We don't have a setup, so we kind of rigged it a little bit, and we sat on my living room floor. Yeah,
that looked ghetto as hell, for sure. It turned out pretty good. So last episode, which was actually like 2 weeks ago, for those of you that are listening, probably didn't hear any difference. None.
Probably not.
I'm guessing. It sounded pretty good, I thought.
Right.
But the studio look was entirely different, and we kind of addressed this last episode. It it was totally different.
We
Because
were sitting on pillows
Yeah.
and
we didn't have any of this shit, this table and our background and everything. We didn't have all of that. So, but we did have a green screen that we got to play with.
Yes.
Which was actually worked out pretty cool.
And everything...
I fucked up on the camera settings and there was some weird focus zoom issues going on. That was my own fault. Figured that out. But the green screen works badass.
Yes, and I think the whole thing that brought the green screen up is we were actually watching somebody on YouTube, and I'm like, babe, there is no way that is their background. Like, that's got to be a green screen. And you're like, no. We watched it, got up really close to the TV, and you're like, oh, yeah, it is. That was it. You were sold.
I was.
And it was pretty awesome because we got to search a picture online and paste it to our green screen, and that was awesome.
Yeah. And it worked. I mean,
phenomenally.
Software these days is amazing because we just had this green screen sitting behind us, and I mean,
you don't get to see that we're sitting right.
Oh, within seconds, that's replaced by some other picture. I mean, so it's just instantly it's there. Like you've got whatever picture we wanted to put back there, and it did the outlines and everything. Like it outlined us perfectly. I don't know. I was pretty sold on that green screen. We might use that on occasion.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time, but I kind of like the look of it.
I mean, hey, on my personal TikTok, like...
You ain't going to use that shit on your TikTok. You don't make... I keep trying to get you to make more and more TikTok videos.
And I don't.
No.
But another thing that we were kind of worried about is my headphones. Like, because you're not supposed to wear green or blue.
Right.
And we did, and it actually, like, really worked with my headphones. It didn't cut them out. It kind of made it a different color.
Like, made them, like, gray or silver. Like, it sort of made your headphones look silver.
So, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, another thing about our moving adventure, we have 2 cats, so...
Oh, Jesus.
God. Taking them over there, you were at work. It wasn't too hard for me, because I put them in separate bags. We don't have a cat carrier. So we were kind of fucked there. And so, like, I got him over there, okay, and you know what I mean, and got them settled in. They hid for a little bit. Thought our gray cat ran away, and then bringing them home was the big thing.
Cats are so fucking stupid.
Yes.
Like, they're, like, the difference between, cats and dogs amazes me. Like, a dog would just hop up in the truck and be like, yeah, let's go for a ride,
right.
You know? Absolutely.
Right.
No, not a fucking cat. And I mean, some people's cats, maybe, not mine. Fuck no. This is a life-altering, traumatic experience.
Yes.
And, like, the noises they make are, like, the gray one, I think is dying. Like, whenever it starts, like, making these noises that I never hear. And it makes my anxiety, like, go through the roof. Like, I hate it.
Right. And actually, the night we were going to do we were going to try to fit a podcast in.
Oh, yeah.
And that day, we thought we lost our gray cat.
Yeah.
We checked and searched everywhere in the apartment, and he was nowhere. I cried hysterically, and we went out looking for him, and he was nowhere to be found. And I thought he was dead. And so we're sitting there, and I'm crying my eyes out, and here he comes, just walking right in.
Because he
walking
hid.
right around. Yeah.
He hid for like a week straight. I know that's not a good thing.
But he would come out.
Occasionally.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, this day, he was like freaked out again, so he hid all damn day.
Yeah.
Like over a day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was our little moving.
The cats are back home, safe and sound. They're settled back in. Hopefully no more moving for them for quite a while.
Well,
Maybe in a few months. We'll see.
We'll see
what happens. I don't know. This episode, by the way, is going to be like extremely random.
And catching up with everybody.
Fucking flies all over here. I don't know if anybody else is having fly issues. There's flies all over Nebraska right now. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
So I about knocked over my damn coffee cup trying to swat a fly just now.
Speaking of coffee cups.
Oh, you want to talk about your cricket thing?
Sure. Anyways, we can just... This is just going to be updating and we kind of missed out on you guys last week, and so...
We're still in the middle of, like, getting stuff set up right now, and we got, like... There's just been a lot of stuff going on, and so we're still kind of in the middle of it, but we missed you guys last week, so
we needed to get something
Yeah, we
out.
wanted to get another podcast out, but we didn't have a lot of time to really prepare something. So you guys are going to kind of hear about our last 2 weeks, and it's going to be pretty random other than that, but we wanted to get something out for you guys and make sure we didn't even forget how to do this shit.
And let you guys know that we're still alive.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we'll talk about the Cricut maker.
Because of the mugs.
Because of our mugs. So we got some... For people listening in on us is not going to see these, but we will post a picture to our Instagram.
So, but for those of you watching on YouTube, you get to see these cool coffee mugs, the opposite sex coffee mugs that we made with Tanaya's Cricut machine.
Mug press.
Yes, and her new early Mother's Day present, this mug press thing.
So like if anybody out there wants like a mug maybe or something put on a mug, like DM us on Instagram and I can make you a mug and we can talk about this a little bit and
figure out shirts. We can do all kinds of shit.
Wall vinyl, we could do shirts, we can do car decals.
Frisbees. Remember I mentioned frisbees before. We're going to make frisbees.
We can do frisbees too, guys.
Tell people about this Cricut thing, because I didn't know about it until 3 months ago, and you brought it up in...
I think we brought this up in a couple episodes ago.
We probably did.
But
it's pretty
anyways,
cool.
like I grew up with my aunt having a Cricut, and she was like really, really big scrapbooker, and it cuts things out. Like you just go into a software and search anything you would like it to say or designs or anything.
Right?
Vinyl, yep.
I mean, I guess it does other shit too.
Yeah.
But vinyl.
So like for me, I didn't get it for scrapbooking. I got it for like wall stickers and t-shirts. So you just kind of type in whatever on your computer and you connect your computer to this machine. And you put your vinyl in it and it just cuts it out. And you can stick it. And I've had some fun go-rounds with that.
Yeah. You just made a project for a guy in town.
I did.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It was.
What was that about?
Well, he wanted a proposal. It's like his way to propose to his girlfriend. So that really, like, my ego and who I am, like, that really excited me. So I put it on, will you marry me and be my forever on a piece of plaque. And then, like, made a box, and then it said check yes or no. And then inside that box was another box that said yes. With
kind of like one of those, like I don't even know what the word is, but I'm going to say those Russian dolls. But I don't know. There's an actual word, but, like, I feel like Russian dolls is, like, that's kind of what you did. And it's a bigger Russian doll, and then you open it up, and there's a smaller Russian doll in there, and you open it back up, and there's another one.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what that was.
Yep.
There's going to be like 3 boxes.
Yep.
And they just keep getting, with some of this vinyl, permanent vinyl on it that you cut out and made designs for and stuff. Yep. And as they open it up, eventually, I think it will get down to a ring.
Yes.
Unless she says no.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, fuck.
And then she opens it and it says yes, question mark.
Shit, maybe you should have made a no box.
Right. So, like, no, ... or yes, open. I don't know.
What would you put in the no box? Just nothing?
Put an X.
No, I mean, like, inside of it.
An X?
Oh. I mean, the one she opens up, it's a ring.
Red X.
Oh, okay. And inside of that box would have been a turd or something.
Right. But anyways, like, if anybody has something that they would like made, and I need some practice, so I'm open to anything. And
let's get the opposite sex word out there. Let's sport some opposite sex t-shirts and opposite sex coffee mugs.
Yeah.
Opposite sex frisbees. Yeah. Or if anybody out there wants to propose to their significant other, Tanaya is very skilled at making some amazing quality items.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't put the opposite sex on those. We could probably leave that off.
Well, we need our signature at the bottom.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's true. But anyway, the Cricut thing, that's pretty cool. So I'm bad about the whole mug press thing. That was like an early Mother's Day present.
We're horrible at gifts.
Yeah, I'm bad about gifts. Like for a little kid or something, like their birthday or Christmas or whatever, like I can make them wait till Christmas, maybe a couple days before.
Right.
But for like adults, I have a hard time. Like I'll go and buy the shit. And if I really think it's a cool like present, then I just want him to open it like right away. Like right away.
And I think on all honesty, guys, I think he bought it for me because he wanted the opposite sex.
Fuck yes, I did. My mug is badass. I'm sorry, but I wasn't very good in like art class in school. Man, I tore this thing up. This thing looks badass. I'm proud as shit of myself. We each designed one mug. Yep. So we sat down last night and she designed a mug and I designed a mug. And
again, guys, pictures will be on our Instagram. So go check us out. It's under the opposite sex.
Yeah.
We will post that if you are not watching on YouTube so you can see it.
Yeah. Let us know.
And vote which one you like better.
We'll put up a poll there and you can figure out which one's the best one.
Right.
So
sounds good to me.
I don't know. Anyway, what else happened?
So last Monday, when we would have put our podcast up, we kind of just took a day off and we wanted to go on a little trip. And so we went to Hot Springs, South Dakota, and we went to the Mammoth site, which was crazy. I don't suggest people
cool.
taking their kids that are not into that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I guess like
he was running everywhere.
Yeah,
and
Tanaya's little one probably doesn't have the most interest in that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, even though this is sort of kind of dinosaur related, that you're kind of digging them up. There's no dinosaurs. It's woolly mammoths and Columbian mammoths.
Yes,
and some other animals and stuff. But yeah, he's not real
running
into that.
around.
Yeah.
We can't focus. We can't read. We were actually, and I don't know if you still plan on putting it up on our Druin crew.
Oh yeah, I gotta look through the
shouting
footage.
out Druin crew right now, guys. Go check us out and subscribe and check out our videos. But we were trying to actually film a YouTube video for that YouTube channel, and it was hard. It was very, very hard.
It was. We thought it was pretty interesting. I did. But yeah, he wasn't too into it really, but it is pretty cool. It was a sinkhole, I guess, thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. And so they found this sinkhole where all of these woolly mammoths like tried to get in there I don't know if they were trying to get water or food.
They were drinking water, and as they went in, they couldn't climb back out.
Right, so they got
stuck.
And then they just kind of sunk and, got basically cemented into this. So they're still digging it. So this museum
They built
place,
a museum around it.
Yeah, over it. And the dig site is probably, I'm going to say about a football field.
Yep.
Is probably what the dig site is. But it's kind of cool because you get to walk through the dig site. They've built like pathways over the top of it, which they have to tear down every so often.
As they're going through and finding more.
And then they rebuild them so they can dig underneath where the old pathways were.
Yep.
But there's actual
fossils.
I'm going to call them archaeologists. I don't know what they're called, but they're actually in there working, digging, and you can ask them questions. And
what did that guy say? Like every 5 inches or something like that.
They're finding a fossil.
So you'll be digging, and then you turn around and you go to start digging at another, like right next to it, 5 inches away from it, and you're going to find another fossil.
There's that many animals.
There is that many that have died in there, and it was awesome.
What did they say, like 61? 61 mammoths. Between Columbian mammoths, which I'd never heard of, which are actually way bigger than woolly mammoths. So woolly mammoths and Columbian mammoths, between the two of them, there were 61 of them total right now, but they're not even halfway down. So they're figuring there's going to be around 140 or so actual full woolly mammoths in there.
Yeah.
And then there's who knows what other animals they're digging up, but they got all kinds of other ones.
Right.
So, yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then, backtrack a little bit. We first get to Hot Springs, and it's a nice little town. It's
older town.
It is. It's an older town. But we're trying to find something to eat, and there's absolutely nowhere. God, I think COVID has made that town a ghost town.
Yes.
Everything's closed. Did that, and then we went to Evans Plunge. That was not all that I thought it was going to be. The lifeguards were at everybody's throat, at our throat.
Okay, so Evans Plunge is like a swimming pool. Mm-hmm. It's a big swimming pool. But
natural
it's not.
waters.
It's a natural spring. A natural spring is what has caused the swimming pool. So basically, they just enclosed this. They kind of built the swimming pool thing around it, but it is all natural water.
500 gallons a day.
Yeah, 5,000.
5,000 gallons a day that's put in there, and it is 87 degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Natural
Fairly warm.
water.
Yeah. But there's not. Yeah, I mean it's all like deep. Like really, there's not
nothing
a good
for kids.
Even though it's built, it's promoted around kids, but it's all pretty deep. I mean, it's like there is no like ease into it like a kid level, you know,
It's
1
just,
foot of water into 10 feet of water. No, it's all like it's basically all 6 foot or 7
5
foot.
or 6.
Yeah, 7 foot of water, and that's it. There's some slides.
Two slides.
Yeah, 2 slides. Do we want to talk about my? Oh God, here we fucking go.
So there was a normal like twirly one that when you go to a normal swim pool, you know, that kids go on. And then there's one that's like a drop off tunnel.
This is probably the Evans plunge.
Yeah. So we have Landon goes down it, no problem. I go down it. I screamed. It was a little bit spooky, but no problems. We're down in the water waiting. And here's Drew sitting there trying to convince himself to go down it. And it did not happen. There was like 2 sets of families that went up, go down it. He just backs up, waits, sits down, and is holding on deathly.
They're trying to get me to go. Like I got like these little girls that are like trying to coerce me down this fucking slide.
Yeah.
But okay, so it's like high up, like not crazy high up. I admit it's not crazy high up, but it's high enough to like give you an oh shit moment.
And it just drops.
And it does. It just like drops, completely drops, like a fuck near straight down drop. And then it kind of like
swoops out,
and you go skidding across the water at the end. All right. Now, let me explain myself here, because I feel like our last 2 episodes, we've been discussing my fears a lot. So last episode was all about my fear of needles. Now this episode, I don't know what this is, because when I was a little kid, I used to have a bad fear of heights. Bad fear of heights.
Right.
Like I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even make it up onto something tall. I'd burst into tears when I was a little kid. I have worked past that. Like now I can go and like climb up 14er mountains in Colorado, which is not like crazy. Like it's not like you're harnessed up or anything, but some of it's, you're getting some pretty strong exposure, and it doesn't bother me. Not one bit. Okay. I think it's a fear of falling to my death is honestly what it is. Like I don't mind being up high, but I don't want to fall off that up high thing. Like that's so like this, like I'm up there. Like I didn't even I went up there with Landon.
Yeah.
So Landon and I, you went down, Landon and I go up together. I'm not even thinking anything about it. Like, all right, this will be cool. I go first. And like all of a sudden my hands are like have a mind of their own, and they just lock onto the edge of that fucker, and there ain't no letting go. Like all of a sudden, like it's taken me a while, and I'm still sitting there, and Landon's like, are you going to go? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking just take your time, bro. And finally, like after a little bit longer, he's like, are you scared? And I'm like, yeah, I think I am. So he ends up, we're talking to 7-year-old here. 7. So then he goes down. And I'm still up there just kind of looking over the edge. Like, sitting back down, trying it. My hands will not let go. Like I'm trying. And these other families are coming up.
And they're going.
They're all
like
laughing
nothing.
at me and giving me shit. And they're trying to get me down. Like, they're really nice about it. They're trying to get me to go.
Nope.
They were nice people. Wasn't happening.
And then they're even at the bottom egging him on to go. Like, we're all cheering him on. There is a family of 10. And then me and Landon at the bottom. Just, come on, Drew, go. Nope. And he like stood up, threw his hands up, and walked back down the stairs.
I must have tried it like 7 times. Sat down at the entrance of this tube. I just could not get my hands to let go. And so finally, like, I had to do the walk of shame. Like, I realized I could stand up here for an hour, but it ain't happening. So then I have to do the walk of shame down the fucking stairs with these families, like, watching us, like, watching me, you know? So anyway.
And so, I mean, that was about the funnest of it all, of that.
That was the funnest part, was my fear of going down the fucking slot. Okay.
And then they have some rings that were pretty cool. There's like 5 sets of rings and so far away from each other, and you have to try to swing through and like, catch them, Tarzan. You know? Yeah. I did not like that the ground was rocks. Yeah. It hurt my feet.
They tried to keep it. I don't think that this was the natural ground of this place, but they tried to keep it looking like it was. And it might have had something to do with helping the filtration of the water, since I don't know. But it wasn't like cement on the ground. It was pebbles and rocks. Not pokey rocks. They were smooth. But still, there was a lot of them. But
I didn't like that.
I don't know. We weren't sold on it. No. The lifeguards were
extremely strict.
Yeah, very, very strict. I mean, it was a little weird.
We were going to also film our other YouTube channel too there, and nope.
We didn't even get the cameras out. Like, as soon as we walked in there, it was something. We got yelled at like right away, and so we didn't even get the cameras out. We're like, I was a little kind of bummed when I went in there and looked around. I'm like, it's just a big ass swimming pool.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't. I don't know. I probably wouldn't go back there. I'd probably drive to Rapid City and go to Waikiki. That's what I would recommend if anybody's going to western South Dakota and you want to go to a water park. I would recommend Waikiki and not Evans Plunge.
And we also have a video of Waikiki on our drone crew in case you guys want to check it out and see what you are going to be going into.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's what we did last Monday. So it was a good getaway for the most part.
We did some hiking through the town too, because in Hot Springs there was some a waterfall through town, anyway. There was kind of some neat hiking through town. It is a neat, I'm gonna call it a touristy town a little bit, but it's not overly touristy.
Right.
But it is kind of some neat hiking and neat buildings and stuff to look at.
Right.
So, anyway. But
then,
what the hell else? What else we got going on here?
I think that's about it.
Well, I've been sick. You've been sick.
I got a little bit sick.
There's been a lot of reasons that we didn't make a podcast last week.
You were sick going up to Hot Springs.
Just starting to come down with it. Nobody had fucking COVID. Everybody calm down. All right. Nobody had COVID. Everybody fucking says that. And it drives me nuts. Like, nowadays, if you say you were sick,
they think you have COVID.
A year and a half ago, no big deal. You're sick. It means you either have the fucking flu or you got the cold.
Or a sinus infection, whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. Like, that's all it was. No big deal. Everybody comes down with it. Now, if you say you were sick, everybody, like, loses their shit. And they're like, oh, my God, like, did you quarantine? No, dipshits. Like, I had a cold, which sucks. Like, I don't like getting colds because I get sinus infections really easy. And I did end up coming down with a sinus infection.
You still kind of have stuffy nose.
Working on it.
This is a week later.
You came down with it after I did, but you didn't.
Well, mine was for like a day and a half, 2 days.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. But so that was another reason we just couldn't do it.
Yep.
But anyway.
Weather's getting nicer.
Oh, yeah. Weather's getting freaking awesome. Finally, summer's getting here. School's almost out.
Many more trips we're going to be going on. And yeah.
We've got another podcast we're working on. We're kind of working on this one. So I come up with this idea like a month ago. And all right. So I love Star Wars. All right. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I love it. And tomorrow is actually May the 4th.
Be with you.
All right. So I thought it'd be fun to do a Star Wars episode. Now, we're not going to get that Star Wars episode made due to all this other shit going on.
And I have never seen Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So I am currently trying to catch up, and I'm on I'm going to be on the 5th movie. So
yeah. So Tanaya, I'm going to blame her for some of this too. So she had a little homework assignment. So before we could do this Star Wars episode, Tanaya had to watch the fucking movies, and Tanaya had never seen any of the movies at all. So if we're going to talk about Star Wars, by God,
You better fucking know what
you're
you're
going to
talking
watch
about.
all of them. So we had all 9 of the actual Star Wars movies. And then I figured that the movie Solo was going to be a part of this, and Rogue One was going to be a part of this. So 11 movies I wanted watched. So they all haven't happened yet. As soon as those all get watched, we are going to do a Star Wars episode. It'll be kind of a late May 4th episode, but we will get that out there. So yeah, you are now have watched 4 of them.
Yep.
They are long.
And we're kind of hooked on the TV show Lost. So.
Oh God, yes.
So in between that and Star Wars, hopefully I get it done by next week.
Yeah. We've mentioned Lost on
our TV show.
Yeah, a few episodes
our top 5
ago.
TV shows.
Yeah, so it was my number 5. So I love Lost. I watched it when it first come out, and I don't know, but it was a pain in the ass every week. That's all I remember about Lost was it raised so many questions at the end of every episode, and then you had to wait a week to watch the next one, which you knew was going to end up pissing you off because you knew it wasn't going to answer anything, and it was going to pose all these other questions. Now it's kind of fun because we own all the seasons. Yeah, we just sit and watch them. So we did. I kind of got Tanaya hooked on that.
Binge watching them.
Yeah.
We watched 20 episodes.
Yeah, we about got to have the first season done.
Yep.
So we've been kind of doing that, and that has put a hindrance on the Star Wars watching, but that will get done here soon. So anyway, I guess I don't have a whole lot else really, so we can get wrapping this up. I'm sorry this was kind of a completely random episode. I know we're pretty random people anyway. So
that makes us who we are.
Yeah, so usually our episodes are pretty random. This one extremely random, but
Stick with us. Yeah. Next episode will be more on track of something.
We wanted to come out and explain why we didn't have an episode last week and get out there and talk to you guys. So I don't know exactly what we're going to have coming up next week. Maybe Star Wars. It might be something else. We're not really sure.
We'll just play a year day by day.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody next week. Bye.